What's happening? My name is Isaiah Coleman, and this is Fatherhood Friday. Thank you for tuning in to another episode brought to you by The Connected. I am the curator of The Connected. Looking forward to delving into today's topic. It's pretty timely because this just happened to me just this week. So to give you some background information, my family and I, every morning before I leave off to work, I tell my sons to sit down on the couch, have a seat, and I read from this book. I read from two books, and I'll put them into the description below. But I read these two affirmation books for African Americans, for spiritual individuals, believers, and there are 365 passages for the 365 days in a year. So I always read the date. For example, today, Thursday, May 8th, 2025, and then I jump into the scripture or jump into the word or that affirmation, and my sons usually repeat me 2025, 2025 every single time. Anyway, this week there was an intention, and it was around, or maybe actually the message was around being intentional. So my family and I set an intention to be kind this week. So kindness was the intention that we set. So every day when my boys do something kind to one another, like share, we remind them of that intention. We're like, yo, that was great kindness. Good job being kind and sharing with your brother. Good job helping him up off the ground when he fell over, right? So it was a great opportunity for us to reinforce positive backing or positive moments that my sons were showing one another. And then on the flip side, we do the same thing. So if one of them, say, takes a toy from the other person without asking and makes his brother cry, or hits his brother or knocks his brother over, hey, and we ask the question like, yo, was that kind? Come on, was that kind? What's the word for the week? And they've been saying it, they've been on point about it. So next week, I'm excited about choosing another word for us to focus on. So I'll just give you this. I share this with you because as a father, as a leader in your household, as a leader of the family, super important that we do these small tasks of sitting with your family. Like, you may think it's insignificant, but sitting with your family, being intentional, being focused on a particular characteristic or a particular moral or a particular value that you and your family decide on, but it does something very cool. One, it brings you all together as a group. So the five of us, even my baby boy, he's not even a year yet, but he's a part of that circle, right? It brought us all together, and it was a feel there. There was a support there. There was like a love there, a backing there, just an energy there that my family and I shared. And I didn't even wake up thinking about it. It just happened organically. And I just really appreciated that feeling of like, we're a unit, we're a family, we're strong together as long as we have each other's back. So I recommend it for that reason. But again, it teaches your children, secondly, it teaches your children just a really dope value that they should keep in mind, not even when we're around or they're around their brothers, but in class with their peers, out in the world with strangers. Just being kind to people is just an important aspect of life. And then I say thirdly, it also created a space, and my boys are really young right now, 3, 2, and almost 1. But as we get older and we create intentional space like that, and we talk about, again, a particular virtue, a particular value, I do think there's some power in that, because I want my sons to feel that it's a safe space for them to even share, a safe space for them to speak up and speak their mind if they're feeling some kind of way, if something unfortunate happened at school, or a particular emotion has overcome them, and things like that. So just being intentional about having like a family moment, a family meeting is so major key. And I just want to encourage you as a father leading your family to be intentional about those family moments. Be intentional about bringing your family together, man, because there's so many benefits to it. All right. I hope this was helpful. I hope you took something from it. I'm Isaiah Coleman. This is Fatherhood Fridays, brought to you by The Connected. And if you're into this type of stuff, like, follow, subscribe. All right. Until next time. Peace.